Hello, and thank you for listening to this Ringside Report Network podcast today. You can find more in-depth, exclusive written content on our website at ringsidereport.net. Before I hand it off to Dave and the team, I want to remind you that we are a listener-supported creator team. On our website, we would appreciate it if you supported our sponsors or purchased our exclusive merch. Branded clothing, mugs, and even jiu-jitsu gear, which are available only in our store. You can become a recurring supporter of our content at membership.ringsidereport.net. This, along with all our podcasts, is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Amazon, iHeart, and TuneIn, wherever you get your podcasts. It would help us immensely if you left a positive review on Spotify, Apple, or Amazon. Thank you for your support and enjoy the show.
Yes, it's Wrestling Uncensored. Tonight on the show, CM Punk goes to Saudi Arabia. Gunther is the new world champion. And Nikki Bella returns.
Jeez, brother.
Give me more space.
All right.
Get over here.
I'm sorry.
Get out of here.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Terry's down, brother. The Hulkamania is running wild already on the show. Woo, brother.
Machi.
We are live. CM Punk is live right now.
Sans Johnny.
Yeah, no Johnny tonight. Johnny is, I think he's like on vacation, or he doesn't want to face us because he's scared that the Yankees are going to beat the Red Sox tonight. They're in extra innings right now. Bottom of the 10th. 2 down. 1-1 ball game in Boston.
Game-tying home run by the captain, Aaron Judge.
That's right.
In the 9th.
Give me a little.
There we go. Yeah.
Got to help him out once in a while. We got a big show for you. There's a lot going on in pro wrestling. And CM Punk, John Cena are currently in the ring on SmackDown. SmackDown in Lexington, Kentucky tonight. And we've got 2 legends of the business in the ring together doing a promo to set up an upcoming match that they will be having in Saudi Arabia. That was really the big news. I think the news coming out of the John Cena CM Punk announcement on Raw this week wasn't that John Cena was going to wrestle CM Punk for the WWE Championship. It was that CM Punk, after all the things he said about Saudi Arabia, is going to go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
That was really the story. People seeing some hypocrisy there. We'll definitely get into that. King of the Ring is in full swing. We had some King of the Ring quarterfinal matches tonight on SmackDown. And now CM Punk cutting a pretty good promo on John Cena saying, CM Punk is here to make John Cena's retirement more interesting.
Yeah, fun.
Make it fun. And Punk saying, I would follow you to Mars to beat your ass. I would follow you to hell to prove that I'm better than you. Here's some more truth for you, John. It's not all bad. You are a goat. But so am I. And I've beaten you in my hometown. And I've beaten you in your hometown. And I will beat you at Night of Champions, brother. He delivers it better than I do. He's good.
Oh, he's going to spit roast.
I will spit roast and sacrifice to the gods of wrestling. Wow.
I think Cena broke a bit there.
Oh, wow. Cena said his Mount Rushmore of wrestling was Cena, 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 and Cena. And now CM Punk kind of naming his Mount Rushmore of wrestling. Did you see that?
It was Harley Race.
It was Harley Race, Terry Funk, Bret Hart, and Eddie Guerrero.
It's pretty good.
Punk says he's going to do it for those guys. Good promo from CM Punk right now. Cena, he's trying not to break, but he seems to be really enjoying this.
Yeah.
Cena's face is not serious. He's just like, This is great.
Yeah.
This guy, this brings back great memories.
Yeah.
It's just like he seems to just be enjoying the fact that he's got CM Punk in front of him.
Yeah.
This is a really fun opponent for Cena.
Is it Cena's best feud?
Oh, there's R-Truth. There's Big Ronald attacking Cena from behind, applying the STFU. There he is. Truth, this is the second time he attacked Cena. Could Truth cost Cena the belt somehow? Is there any part of you that thinks Punk is going to be the guy to take it from Cena?
In Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Maybe that's like the sweetener for Punk to go. It's like Punk. Oh, we lost. Shit.
Son him again. Still made it more competitive.
Yeah, well, Aaron Judge made it more competitive. I don't know what the rest of the team did. Yankees lose. That sucks. Well, too bad Johnny North's not here to rub it in our faces.
He would be gloating so much right now.
It's actually pretty good that he's not here because he would be rubbing it in our faces.
I can hear it now.
Yeah, for some reason, like the Red Sox are not very good this year, but they keep beating the Yankees, who are very good. You know?
Yeah.
Red Sox are in fourth place. Yankees are in first. Red Sox are under 500. Yankees are like 12 games over 500. Yet for some reason, like they took 2 or 3 from the Yankees last week, and now they beat them again tonight. Yeah. It's like, what's going on with the Red Sox? It's like for some reason the Red Sox always play the Yankees tough, even though they're just overall not that good.
Yeah, they can like jack themselves up to be like, oh, let's get them.
Yeah. Yankees just swept the Royals. They win 3 in a row in Kansas City, and then they go to Boston and they lose.
They struggle in the offense.
I
mean, it was Garrett Crochet.
Crochet was
game,
good. Yeah, he pitched very well.
But
is what it is.
Yeah, that's baseball sometimes.
Like, if you lose every game to the Red Sox, but you win the World Series, does it really matter?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They should have fought, though, because, like, the mascot of the Red Sox was, like, sexually harassing the Yankees beat reporter.
Yeah.
On the pregame show.
I don't like that.
They shouldn't have let that stand.
They got to keep that mascot away from Meredith Marakovitz.
Like Green really puts the monster in Green Monster.
Stay away from Meredith. That lady is, she's important. All right? Got a lot of respect for her. She's been
there for a while.
She's Meredith Marakovitz, damn it. She gives me my Yankees information that I need. She's fantastic. She's very good. She's like,
Yeah.
You can see why she's there. She's just like great delivery, just excellent. I'm a big fan.
Team. I love the broadcast team.
I love the broadcast team. Michael Kay, David Cohn, Paul O'Neill.
Yeah, come on.
When they do games and it's Michael Kay, because it's not always that crew.
No,
they have
Cole's
like a
not
rotating.
Always there.
No, but when it's some games, it's Paul O'Neill, David Cohn, and Michael Kay doing the play-by-play. It's incredible. That's not like the nationally televised broadcast.
No,
that's just what you get for a Yankee game.
Yeah. Pretty sweet.
Like David Cohn pitching insights, Paul O'Neill baseball insights, and Michael Kay. There it goes. See ya. Like it's
a monster.
It's so good. It's so good. The Yes Network broadcast is so good. The music is so good.
Great memories of like the '90s dynasty.
Oh God, I love it so much. It's just such a great presentation. Anyways, they lost tonight, so that sucks. But R-Truth just attacked John Cena. What's the main event here? Are we doing?
Well, now they're doing a ladies' fatal 4-way. I guess the Cody Rhodes fatal 4-way is the main event.
Oh yeah, Cody Rhodes is supposed to wrestle tonight. He's gonna be in a fatal 4-way qualifier. Well, is it a qualifier or is it a first? I guess it's first round.
Yeah.
If you win, you're in the semifinals,
which is then a singles match.
Yeah. So this is like the quarterfinals. So it's Andrade, Cody, Damian Priest, and Nakamura. That'll be the main event of SmackDown tonight. I'm thinking Cody.
Yeah, I'd be flabbergasted, surprised if anybody else wins that match.
I think we might see Randy Cody in the main event, like in the finals. Or Sammy and somebody. Because Cody probably wins, and then we'll face Bronson Reed, the winner of Bronson Reed, Jey Uso, Rusev, and Sheamus. I could see that being Jey Uso.
So you'd have Cody versus Jey Uso, maybe?
Ooh.
Could happen.
I wonder, Sammy, Randy, like who wins that?
I'm thinking Sammy.
Sammy,
they probably
and then
want him to wrestle in
Sammy against Cody.
Yeah.
In the King of the Ring finals, or Sammy against Jey Uso.
I mean,
Sammy against Jey Uso would be interesting. They're buddies, but then there's a story with Cody too.
and if the build-up is, because Rumble is going to be in Saudi, right?
Yeah,
And if the rumor right now is that Sami Zayn
is going to win Rumble. He
So
doesn't
for
win
him-
King of the Ring.
or he does win King of the Ring, but like in Saudi, like he has he can go like super powered. He beats Cody Rhodes. It could happen.
Like you can't beat him in Saudi. He's like unbelievable.
Yeah. He's got the people behind him. And
Yeah.
So when he's in Saudi, he could beat Cody clean.
Yeah.
He could win the Rumble.
Yeah. I
Could
can
be
see that.
That's the thing.
Yeah. I feel like that's too much, though. I would have him lose,
quite a bit.
have him go to the finals of King of the Ring, have a big match in Saudi, come up short, and then when they come around next time for the Rumble, that's when he wins.
That's true.
It's like too strong for Sammy. He's like an underdog type story. He can't win too much. Because then if he wins, like here's the thing: if he does win the Rumble, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think if you win King of the Ring, you maybe get a title shot at SummerSlam.
He comes up short there, and
then gets another title shot at WrestleMania. Like that's a lot, man.
I mean,
it's a lot.
If that's what they want to, I mean, I'm kind of surprised they want to make Sami Zayn like this, like main event
world champion
against Gunther.
Jey Uso's world champion.
Yeah,
Didn't last. That's over, right? Jey Uso lost the title this week.
I just feel like Sammy's lost a lot of momentum.
I was a little surprised that
all the stuff with Karrion Kross and stuff.
Yeah,
that kind of slows you down.
Yeah, I don't know if Sammy is super over right now, but he's over enough, and the WWE likes him, and they wanted, It's not really about what the people are asking for. It's about what they want to do. Whatever. I don't mind it. It's fine.
I just
Whoa.
R-Truth and Cena next week.
R-Truth, or Ron Killings, I guess, and John Cena next week. R-Truth has come back as Ron Killings, or maybe still R-Truth. I don't know. He cut his hair off, though. Did that on Raw in a promo. That was pretty cool.
That was kind of cool, yeah.
It was
real.
shocking. It was real. He had hair there. It was long hair. He'd had it for a long time. He cut it off. He's got a completely different look. We've never seen him look like this.
Wants people to put some respect on his name.
Yeah.
Like he's Birdman.
That's right. What happened to that boy? So, there's that. That was cool. Our Truth coming back and, being evil and mean. Although he's still a babyface, right? He's just going after Cena. He hates Cena. Why does he hate Cena? Because Cena beat him at Saturday night's main event, and he turned his back on all his fans.
And then he got kind of fired.
Then Truth got but it's not Cena's fault he got fired, is it?
No.
But Cena maybe said some things like, you want the truth, you can't handle the truth. Like he was maybe making fun of the firing in promos after the fact.
Yeah, you want our truth.
Yeah, you want our truth.
Yeah.
This is our truth. You people are terrible, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And maybe
hokey.
that's why Truth is
He
mad.
just couldn't take it.
I'm not sure why he keeps attacking John Cena. I think he's just mad. Yeah.
But yeah, it's strange that he's a babyface.
With the gimmick.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm not sure where it all leads.
And unless they have this one-off match and that's the end of Ron Kelly, he's still he's almost done because his contract was gonna expire. It hadn't expired,
right?
So maybe now it's gonna just expire in a couple weeks, and he'll have this one-off match, and that'll be more of a proper send-off. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna keep going like this.
Yeah, is this
unhinged R-Truth?
Has he signed a new contract, or is he just being used for the remainder of his deal?
Yeah, so it doesn't seem like a total canning.
I thought he maybe signed a new contract, but I don't know. I really don't know. Because, the word was contracts coming up and they're not renewing and they're just going to send him home. And then they brought him back and people thought, oh, they hired him again. But it's possible what you're saying. Maybe they didn't. and he's just kind of coming back for a brief return, and then he's going to disappear again. I don't know.
Maybe show up in TNA as this like crazy Ron Killings character.
Like I don't know what the end
Attack
game.
Joe Hendry.
Like what's the end game? He's not beating Cena for the belt.
No.
He's not becoming WWE champion.
I hope not.
I mean, it'd be weird.
Yeah.
It'd be a surprise.
Of all the people.
I mean, it would be nice for him to get a short run with the WWE title for time served and entertainment and all that, but
I feel like they could have done that with someone else or
I feel like they're doing that too much with their world titles.
Yeah. Making these kind of consolation prizes.
Yeah, I don't
kind of these retirement gifts, you know. They give you a title and they pat you on the back and they say, "Hey, computer just replaced you, daddy."
Yeah, exactly. We got an AI R-Truth now. But I just I don't know where the truth thing ends.
Yeah, I can't see it lasting like through the summer, like and he'll go on to a feud with other people.
Yeah, and if so, who? Like the Cena thing, okay, and then so you're a babyface and you're kind of just
he's gonna want vengeance against the Judgment Day again.
Right? Like I don't know. I don't know what this is all leading to. Maybe it leads to him helping somebody take the title off Cena. But is that person CM Punk?
I don't think so.
Cena's been talking about walking away with the belt. Kind of like what CM Punk did to him.
Punk mentioned that in the promo. He said, like, you're copying my moves.
That's right.
Stealing my gimmicks.
Yeah. But I don't really believe that Punk is the guy to take it from him. You know, Cena came out, did a couple promos tonight. I guess, you know, he's only got so many dates. You might as well use them as much as you can.
Yeah, show up a couple times.
He did an opening promo at 8 o'clock, and then he did another promo to start the 10 o'clock hour. What's up with that?
He did a weird backstage promo with Jimmy Uso.
Yeah, like, have you seen R-Truth?
You're friends, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like, he was putting a little, like, accent. It was, like, playing detective. Like he's
it was dumb.
Clouseau from the Pink Panther. Well, Albert Fire.
Cena came out, cut a promo, talked about being 1,000 steps ahead of everybody and how he's the greatest of all time and this and that. And then Cody Rhodes came out, and he's like, you know, I'm not part of your plan. You're part of my plan, Cena. And I was like, it was part of your plan to lose the title at WrestleMania? Pretty shitty plan there, Cody. Like, what, dude?
Playing 6D chess.
Yeah, it's really complex.
Ooh.
And he's like, I beat you at Saturday night's main event. And I'm like, you mean Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
He said Saturday night's main event. And I was like, wait, did he beat him at Saturday? I was like, wait a second. He didn't wrestle him at Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, he came back.
But Cody said, I beat you at Saturday night's main event.
That was a botch.
Yeah, it was weird. And then Randy came out. Randy Orton, who hadn't been seen since he lost to Cena several weeks ago.
Backlash?
And Backlash in St. Louis. And Randy's like, hey,
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
I had you beat, but what happened?
Nothing. Just I think he saw something a little more than we should have.
Oh, my goodness. On Charlotte?
I think so.
Oh, jeez.
The camera cut away, though.
Good. Don't expose the queen. Must
No.
protect the queen at all costs. Wait, which one's the queen? I'm the queen. No, you're not.
Horrible, horrible freedom.
Yeah. So Randy Orton made his return, and he kind of got in Cody's face. He's like, look, I'm next here for Cena. I want revenge, and I got to take you out. I will, Cody. And then LA Knight showed up, and I'm like, really?
Yeah. I was like, I thought he was on his way down.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, yeah, good for you, man. But you got Cody Rhodes and John Cena and Randy Orton in the ring, and then LA Knight shows up. And you go, he just didn't belong, you know?
No,
it just felt like, what, dude?
I just felt the disappointment of the promise. Like, he should feel like he belongs, like, by now.
Yeah.
But they haven't pushed him enough that way.
They haven't made him strong enough to fit in with that crew.
So it just, when he comes out, it's like, oh, that's the guy who's going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Which is unfortunate. Like, he's become a jobber to the stars.
And he says some things, and he wants John Cena, right?
He's Kane.
he's going to win King of the Ring, except he doesn't because he got attacked by Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in a 4-way match. There was a fatal 4-way match. It was Randy Orton, LA Knight, Aleister Black, and Carmelo Hayes. And Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, the goons for Seth Rollins, they attacked LA Knight during the match, taking him out. And then Carmelo went to the top rope, and Randy hit an RKO on Carmelo on top of LA Knight. Carmelo then bumped out of the ring, and Randy pinned LA Knight for the win. So Randy advanced in the King of the Ring tournament, where he'll face Sami Zayn next week on SmackDown in the semifinals. Next week already.
Big match.
So that happened. But like Cena did this whole big promo at the beginning of the show, and you saw some potential challenges for Cena. Cody Rhodes keeps popping up. Like, they had the tag match at Money in the Bank, not Saturday Night's Main Event. And then Cody's coming out to confront Cena. He's first out there. That match, you figure, is going to go down. Like, to me, we're kind of, like, they're circling each other, and we're waiting for them to have a match because he's everybody's pick to take the title back from Cena.
Yeah.
Like, most people,
Or
if you
Roman.
go, well, that's it. But Roman hasn't been around.
I think we're waiting for that. I think he's like the, so to speak, final boss. I think of like all these guys trying to get their revenge and things, and then Roman's gonna come in and be like,
I could see
"You
them
gotta take me on one-on-one, John.
Yeah, like I could see
You've never beaten me."
Like Cody gets screwed out of his match with Cena. Like they have the match finally, and you think Cody's gonna win, and then Cena does something
Yeah, SummerSlam.
tricky. Yeah, and then you're like, oh my God, Cena's unstoppable. And then here comes the Tribal Chief to save the day, and then he's the one who beats Cena.
And it kind of mirrors if it's around SummerSlam. I feel like it was around SummerSlam when heel Roman was kind of like the champion. Like at the end of the show, you think like he's rolling the belt. You think they even put the little signature. And then Cena's music hit, and he kind of did like a surprise comeback to feud with Tribal Chief Roman. I feel like they could do like a mirror where Cena's and like maybe at the end of SummerSlam, Cena's standing tall. They put the signature up, and then Roman's music hits, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
it's about to get real.
Yeah,
a little mirror.
But until we get to, but here's the thing: like until we get to the Cody match, which feels like we're getting to it, but we're not there yet. Everything else for Cena seems like filler.
Yeah,
you know, just other things happening.
Who do you want to work with? Who do you want to cut a promo with?
Yeah.
This match is still going on.
Yeah, this is a fatal 4-way. Charlotte's in this match, which is cool.
This match is not as good as the other
it's
fatal 4-way.
Charlotte, Alba Fire, Alexa Bliss, and Candice LeRae.
Oh.
Charlotte's got the figure 8 on Alba Fire. Did Alba Fire tap out? She did.
But at the same time,
but did Bliss? Oh, Alexa Bliss wins.
Oh, Bliss wins.
Oh no, Bliss hit her move there, the Sister Abigail on Candice LeRae, and pinned her. But at the same time, Alba Fire was tapping, but it was too late. The ref counted 3. So Alexa Bliss has won and qualified now for Queen of the Ring, and Charlotte, the Queen of WWE, has been eliminated. Alexa Bliss.
Alex A. Bliss.
Wow. Bliss has advanced, and she'll take on the winner of Ivy Niles, Raquel Rodriguez, Stephanie Vaquet, and Asuka. Vaquet. Oh, you didn't see Nikki Bella's promo on Raw this week?
I did not see Nikki Bella's promo.
She said Stephanie Vaquet, and I think if Nikki says it's Vaquet, it is Vaquet, and we're going to say Vaquet. I don't care that everybody else says Vaquer, or probably Vaquer. Vaquet. I think Vaquet is better.
You want it to be one way, but it's Vaquet.
But it's Vaquet. It's
not the Vaquet.
The Yankee Vaquet.
Do you know the Vaquet de San Jose?
Backstage meeting here of CM Punk and Cody Rhodes.
We were
shaking
in
the hands.
AEW together. We both think Jack Perry sucks.
Yeah. Punk and Cody shaking hands. I guess if Cody wins this qualifier and then wins King of the Ring and CM Punk beats John Cena, there's a chance that it would be Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk at SummerSlam for the title.
Maybe.
Probably not, though. So Alexa Bliss is qualified now. She will advance and take on the winner. Asuka's coming back on Raw, by the way. Asuka's been gone for over a year, and she's going to be in a Queen of the Ring qualifier on Raw that I hope she wins.
I love Asuka.
Asuka.
One of the greatest of all time.
They're getting ready for a big all-women's premium live event, Evolution 2, in July, and they're bringing out all sorts of people. Asuka's coming back. Nikki Bella is back.
Brie.
They're talking about Brie. Nikki came back, cut a promo on Raw this week, and then Liv Morgan showed up and said some mean things to Nikki, and then attacked Nikki.
Oh.
And there is talk that the WWE is trying to get Brie and Nikki, the Bella twins, to challenge for the women's tag titles at Evolution against Liv Morgan and Raquel.
That's a great matchup.
Yeah, that's great. I think that they have a good idea there. I don't know if Brie wants to do it. Can they get her husband? What's his contractual status?
I think he's still under contract with AEW.
Is he? I mean, Bryan did retire, technically, didn't he?
Not sure.
I don't know what his deal is exactly.
Know.
Like, is Bryan Danielson under contract? I don't know. I don't know. But I guess his wife isn't. And for some reason, AEW never seemed to be interested in getting her involved in any way.
Yeah, they never did.
I don't know why Brie... Brie was in the ring with the kids and Bryan when he won the belt.
Yeah.
After the match,
and she got
was
a pop,
there.
Too.
Yeah. People, come on. That's Bryan's wife. You got to show some respect. Yeah. Brie and Nikki, I like a lot of people really don't like them. A lot of people really don't like Nikki and Brie and whatever for some reason.
At this point, they were like, there's no reason. Or there was no reason then.
I've always been Bella defender, though. They've brought in such a huge audience to pro wrestling that never would have cared about wrestling. They changed the whole face of women's wrestling. Nikki Bella was a pioneer in so many ways. So many of the women now that you see, a lot of them grew up looking up to Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
I
feel like I saw some interview with a current women's wrestler who said, like, Total Divas is what got me into wrestling.
Yeah. But, Nikki,
I wasn't aware of it before.
People, say whatever about her wrestling, but if you look at where she got to compared to where she started, amazing.
Yeah.
And they really, and you look at, what a lot of the women are doing now, they're blending, the strength, the sexiness, and the wrestling, kind of like how Nikki was trying to do it. Because, there was a time when you could wrestle or you were sexy.
Yeah.
And this, you had a path as a women's wrestler.
Yeah.
You were either straight wrestling, I don't care about the look and whatever. I mean, it's there, but it's not.
Or you did bra and panties matches strictly.
Or, your gimmick was, you
did
had
the Playboy.
You had your gimmicks out and you were rocking it, So there was two different kinds. But Nikki kind of was like, I'm going to do both.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the sexy dance, and I'm going to do big moves, and I'm going to have neck surgery, and I'm going to full on be strong as hell, doing lifts and everything.
Trish never wrestled a strong style.
No, Nikki pushed it to a different level, and people don't give her respect for it. Plus, with the reality show aspect, I mean, she really, they were the backbone of the whole thing, the Bella twins. They were big. They were very big for women's wrestling, for pro wrestling, and they never got their respect from nerd wrestling fans.
Yeah.
And I don't really get it. I mean, I kind of do, but it's just silly. And I was really happy to see Nikki back because she's a legend. As far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
like, she's a legend of the business.
Hall of Famer.
And when she comes back, it's like, oh, it's Nikki Bella.
Yeah, the
And
same
then,
as
like,
if Trish Stratus comes out.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Even more so for some reason.
It's rarer.
Yeah, you don't see her as much. I really like Nikki Bella. I like Brie Bella. I like the Bella twins. They've been through a lot.
Yeah.
Nikki especially
Holy crap.
has been through a lot. And she's strong. And she's standing
Fearless.
there watching Liv Morgan go, I've got everything you don't have. I've got a championship. I've got a man.
Yeah.
And this isn't her promo.
Yeah, that's
After
it's kind of
Nikki-
fucked up.
Yeah, after Nikki went through what she went through with her ex-husband
And
there
when
with
she's
the
got to
domestic
pay
issues.
him.
And she's got to pay him and all this stuff. Like, and Liv Morgan's like, I've got a man. And she's referring to Dominic Mysterio, which makes it kind of funny. Because I think Liv, in real life, maybe is single.
And Dominic's married.
Yeah, she's not really with Dominic.
No, that's not real.
Like, it was a gimmick, mean Liv Morgan thing to say, but it was still, like, kind of rough considering what we know about Nikki Bella and her situation. Like,
and like,
jeez.
that line was written knowing
and Nikki
that.
Bella just, what's the line? Don't sell it.
Yeah.
She's just like, yeah, sure, I'm fine with that. Is she really fine with that?
Don't know.
Don't know, but
Don't
she'll tell
sell.
you that she is.
Don't sell
She'll
it,
say that
yeah.
she is.
That's the
But at
business.
night, when she's alone,
She's
is
like,
she really fine with that?
Fuck.
Or she's like, can't
Fucking
believe
Triple
they-
H.
she sees the clip and cries. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's traumatic.
So-
in public too, like
Yeah, I think she's
can't
been.
imagine what that must be like.
Yeah, she's not been treated super great
Yeah.
by the WWE Universe, and I've got a lot of time for Nikki Bella, and I hope her and Brie win the tag team titles at Evolution. I think that'd be sick. Ooh, samurai style Shinsuke Nakamura making his walk to the ring with his cool little helmet.
What's this? Ninja Turtles 3?
That's right. Going back to Japan.
It's Wet Willy time.
So Asuka's coming back. Nikki Bella is back. They're really gearing up for Evolution. CM Punk is going to face John Cena in Saudi Arabia, which, the hypocrisy there is pretty nice from CM Punk. Like,
It was like the one thing that we knew.
yeah, we thought,
Really?
oh, he's not. That's the thing he won't do. When he told Miz to go suck a blood money covered, going to Saudi Arabia. I mean, he talked a lot of smack about Saudi Arabia going there, how he would never do it. And now, he's doing it.
He's doing it.
He's following the money. He's going. The hypocrisy, he's fallen back on everything he said. In 2025, he's just breaking it all. He did main event night one of a buy one, get two free main event garbage WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Trash mania
Yeah.
that he main evented night one of. And the whole thing was, oh, I've got to get my main event for WrestleMania. I have to go on last. And then you get it, but you didn't really go on last. You went on last on the first night, which everybody knows isn't really the last match.
Yeah.
So he did that,
Just
where
before
he
long intermission.
that he mocked in AEW. He mocked that. Told MJF, yeah, go buy two, get one free main event, da-da-da. And then he does it. And then he's like, oh, Saudi Arabia, blah, 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 this and that. And then, what? 2025, he's doing it. Because in 2025, rich guys that used to stand for something now stand for nothing but the money. I've noticed it's a trend. If you've got any kind of money in 2025, you used to have morals, you
The
used to have
mask is
values,
off.
you used to have that stuff, you used to pretend. Not anymore. CM Punk used to have something that he stood for. CM Punk, used to care. Now, he works for WWE, so he's going to Saudi Arabia. cool.
So you have to like impress people at like dinners and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna wheel his ass out.
God.
Hey, CM Punk, here's some. Hey, Punk, there's somebody I'd like you to meet.
Mohammed bin Salman.
Yeah, and this is my buddy, Turkey Al-Shiki.
You're supposed to kiss his hand.
Yeah.
Kiss it.
Kiss it.
And then he kisses like, I told him he had to kiss his hand. He didn't have to.
That's a joke we play. So, good for you, CM Punk, taking the money.
You know who's like the one guy
Yuck,
who never went? And like never wanted to go and didn't go? And
RVD?
I mean,
I don't know.
Kevin
No,
Owens.
That RVD never went because of troops.
Oh, yeah,
he
he
never
never
went
went
to
to
the
that tribute.
troops thing. He's like,
Oh, that's because he just didn't feel like it, right? Because they're like, "Do you want to work this show?" And he's like, "I don't really want it." They're like,
yeah.
Because I was like, "Is it mandatory?" We're like, "No," but like, you know, it's for the troops. I was like, "Yeah."
He's like, "Nah,
I don't have to."
I'm good.
And they're like,
They didn't like that.
But no, but Kevin Owens, I think, like never went to Saudi,
Really?
and like, I'm pretty sure.
Well, but wasn't that because of a Sammy thing? But now Sammy's all like, "Ooh, I love
Even
Saudi
so,
Arabia."
I think he still never went. I think even like last year. Just say,
Sami Zayn going
Yeah.
to Saudi Arabia.
I thought he had issues.
Not anymore. It's all fine
Did they
now.
want to like kidnap him or something?
Well, because he was like of Syrian descent, and they had beef with Syria. But now I think their beef with Syria has like subsided, so it's cool for
Assad
him.
is gone,
I guess like they're happy. They're not as mad at Syrians as they used to, even though it has nothing to do with Sammy because he's from Canada.
Yeah.
But for some reason, because his parents were Syrian or something, Sami Zayn couldn't go to Saudi Arabia for years, and then eventually he could go. And then when he could go, he's like the most beloved guy on the roster because, it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I don't understand what goes on there. At first, Sammy's like the one guy they're not allowing there because he's from Syria, and they don't like that. And then it's like, oh, Syria beef is over. And then Sammy goes, and they're like, he's our favorite. And you go, wait, what? Because he's just like us. And you go, but I thought you because he's, Arabic. And,
Is it a Sunni Shiite thing?
I have no idea, man. I'm not trying to get involved in any of that. I'm trying to talk about pro wrestling.
Saudi Arabia Sunni.
Yo, I don't know who's Sunni and who's not.
I know Iran is Shiite. I know that.
I know that Sami Zayn has been having a lot of Sunni days lately.
Oh, Sean.
There you go. That's all I got for you. Like that's all.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned that. I'm like, sunny days. I don't know.
Oh, Sunny.
Oh, Sunny.
There's a dark side of the ring about her, right? Or about, it was
Yeah.
Candido.
No,
It wasn't about.
It was. I think it was about Candido and her. But you could do like 3 on her.
Yeah.
She's in prison currently and will be probably till she dies.
Yeah.
Sad. I know you want me.
The police did.
Yeah, she was wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of porn stars, well, Sonny did pornographies.
Yeah. Yeah. So wait.
You want to know
where are you going with it? Val Venus?
No. You hear Mariah May's got a new WWE name?
Yes.
Yeah, apparently it's already taken.
Oh, for real?
But they're going to go with it. Blake Monroe apparently is also
well, I mean,
an adult
so
film
many,
star.
like porno stars throughout the years at this point that like every combination
name.
of a name.
There's probably a Mariah May.
There's probably Mariah May. Like all the guys' names are so weird, like Grayson Waller and like all that. Those sound like male porno names.
All wrestler names sound like all wrestler names sound like they could.
Priest. That sounds like a porno star. Or,
The Undertaker. Who knows what he's up to?
Yeah.
Porno star
R-Truth.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shawn Michaels. There was a porn star named Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah. Is there a John Cena who does pornography?
Yeah. You know, like, yeah, with like a slight name change, like in the spelling, so it's not like, you know, like it's made to look like John Cena.
I don't know, but apparently, you know, people were like, "Oh, that name's already taken." And I was like, "Ooh."
I'm not aware.
You see that one lady, Bonnie?
Blue?
Yeah.
Having sex with like 10,000 men.
Yeah. I saw a thing
and
where
they're like random guys.
Wait, but I saw a thing recently today on the Twitter. Maybe I think it's totally fake, but maybe it's real. There was like a picture of a dude, and they're like, "This lady was born a dude." I was like, "What?"
Maybe
shocking, but it's possible.
I mean,
anything's possible in the WWE.
I mean, that can't be safe, though. You know?
No.
It's like people from like the general public just showing up, like. They're not getting tested beforehand to know.
There's a lot of high-risk behavior from this lady.
And for the guys, too.
You know that
like
when I see one of these ladies and she's, like, so famous for doing such outrageous activities, like, and she's, like, getting on the radar of me, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm seeing this, and I'm like, what the hell is this lady up to? You're seeing her interviewed about all her escapades, and you go, good God almighty, this lady's up to some troubles. But she seems to be having fun, so good for her.
Well,
I'm not knocking her.
Like, I don't know if they're
I'm
using
not
condoms.
knocking her. I mean, whatever. Right? She can do whatever the hell she wants. I don't care.
But I mean, you gotta be. Well, you want to be
healthy.
I'm
not knocking her. I'm just saying, like, good God Almighty, when you become that famous for doing the you know, adult things. It's like you've done some really wild adult things because everybody's doing those things on the internet. You know what I mean?
OnlyFans. But
there's
I'm sure
so many of these people.
Precautions.
What I'm saying is there's so many of these people that are out there doing wild things on the internet. Yeah. For you to be so wild that you become famous for how wild you are, you got to be some wild. Well, you know what I mean? You got to be.
You got to, you know.
You're raising the bar.
You got to corner that market. You know, you got to have something, you know, an eyes, you know, to like, you know.
You don't just set the bar. You are the bar.
But, you know, but I think, you know, like professional, like adult film people, like they get tested before they do scenes.
Yeah, all right. I don't need to get into the nitty gritty of what they're up to.
You want to make sure people are being safe about these things.
I don't want to know the
general
details.
Public, you know.
I don't need the details.
You know, it could be like a huge spreading of gonorrhea.
They say the devil is in the details, and I want that away from me.
So is gonorrhea.
Oh, in the details? Gonorrhea's in the details?
Yeah, it sneaks in there. Gotta watch out.
You gotta read that fine print, otherwise you'd be in big trouble. Jeez.
You know why they call it the clap?
Because when you get it, people cheer for you?
No. Because what it is, it's like a pimple that's like in your...
Okay, no, we're good. Why are you talking to me about these? No, stop it. Stop it. You're a terrible guy. Shut up. Could you stop? You're killing it. You're killing this channel right now. Do you understand? It's over.
Fun facts.
No, this is not fun. That's not a fun fact. I'm about to ban you from this channel for your disgusting talk. You've gone too. You've taken it too far. How about we talk about this match that's happening? It's Damian Priest, Andrade, Cody Rhodes, and another guy, and Nakamura, and they're having a match. It's a King of the Ring. It's gonna last another 10 minutes at least.
And Cody Rhodes will win.
Oh, my God. I can't even believe you went there. Oh, I'm shocked and appalled. You know what else is disgusting?
You told me a story earlier tonight that was like pretty shocking.
Yeah, I didn't say it on the YouTubes, though.
No, you did not say it.
Yeah, take it easy.
Well, I'm just giving a historical.
It's too much. You know what's more disgusting, though, than the story you just told? Goldberg's coming back.
That's pretty painful.
That's the worst. It's the worst. And he's getting a title shot, too.
It's his retirement match.
Against Gunther at Saturday night's main event in July.
Is it in Atlanta?
Oh, that's a good question.
No, Goldberg country.
Is it in Atlanta? The next Saturday night's main event will be in Atlanta, July 12th. Whoa.
Like, nice. Goldberg's like retirement. Oh, it's the Slim Jim table.
Cody's getting the table, and all the tables now have Slim Jim logos on them, I think. Yeah.
This is just too much.
Yeah, it makes it
or
seem
the fireball ladder with the Money in the Bank.
It just makes it seem more fake. Like they're not just things that you have ringside that they're just props there for the wrestlers to break.
They're the things you know they're going to use, which takes the element of surprise out of it.
You know what I don't like about Goldberg, especially his booking in the WWE, is that every time you think, well, there's no way Goldberg will actually win the title, he does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we figured he was going to beat Kevin Owens.
I didn't think he'd beat The Fiend when he did. That was
that
really
was kind
bad.
of great. Was that like just 2020? But was he supposed to wrestle Roman?
Yeah,
That
at
was
Mania. But then COVID happened and he wrestled Braun Strowman instead.
And Braun Strowman beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because Roman was supposed to.
Right, so they still booked him to lose.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Because he was going away.
Yeah.
Oh, Cody just went through a table.
And he beat Bray Wyatt.
That was a nice bump. Cody flew off the apron, got bumped off the apron by Nakamura, flew right into a table and broke it. That was cool. Yeah,
that was that one I didn't see coming when Goldberg beat The Fiend.
Yeah, and he shouldn't have either. No. That was bad.
But that was, I think, Vince being like, this is like the last old guy we can bring in to get like a pop.
Yeah, Spear versus Spear at Mania too for Roman.
Still gotta do it.
They wanted to do that match for Roman, but then Roman bailed because of COVID, and Braun Strowman took his spot. You know.
Yeah, Goldberg sucks.
And now Goldberg's gonna come back and wrestle Gunther, and I guess Gunther will just beat him and then go on his way.
Is this Goldberg's first match since Undertaker? Or maybe he's wrestled once since, but I'm not.
No. He's for sure wrestled since Taker. Taker was
Taker in the early 2020s?
No. Taker was, I think he wrestled Strowman after Taker.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. You're getting the timeline on that off, I think.
Timeline got fucked, though.
Yeah. He wrestled Strowman. He wrestled Drew McIntyre, Royal Rumble 2021.
Oh, man. Those years are it's like white when I try to think of like the Thunderdome and all
wrestled
that.
Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam 2021. You remember that?
Almighty Lashley, that's a big
And then
push.
Bobby attacked Goldberg's son a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And then Goldberg beat Lashley in Saudi Arabia in the rematch. And then Goldberg wrestled Roman.
Oh, he did wrestle Roman.
February at Elimination Chamber 2022 in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Goldberg wrestled Roman and lost by technical submission in 6 minutes.
So like
choked him out with the guillotine in 6 minutes. Beat Goldberg.
It's a short ass match.
So Goldberg has wrestled.
Okay, he's wrestled a few times. So
his last match. That was his last match. But then in October 2024 at Bad Blood, which was in Atlanta, Gunther came out and insulted Goldberg.
Oh, yeah.
And then Goldberg tried to attack, and he got held back. Like, they did an angle back then. So they've been building a Goldberg-Gunther match for a while. There was talk that it would be Gunther-Goldberg at Mania. It never materialized. So I guess this is the time. I heard Goldberg got hurt a bunch trying to prepare for this. And
I'm sure his body can't.
Yeah, who knows if he'll make it.
How old is Bill Goldberg at this point?
He's 58.
That is pretty damn old.
Yeah, man.
And he's going to lift Gunther for a jackhammer?
I hope Gunther kicks him in the head.
Yeah. Give him a little bit.
Bret
Hart sends his regards.
Didn't Gunther also tell Bret Hart that Goldberg was his favorite wrestler?
In Calgary.
Yeah.
Such heat.
Yeah, but, I think it was just a
he's
joke.
like, you're my favorite wrestler, of course, besides Bill Goldberg.
Yeah.
And Bret even kind of gave him a little smile.
Yeah, Bret's like,
well played.
Good one. Because no one's favorite wrestler is Bill Goldberg. Even Bret knows that's a joke.
What does it say about a guy?
Yeah.
Hasn't been in the business 5 years. Can't work 5 minutes. Says, oh, I can't do this match. I've got a bellyache. I've got to go home.
Yeah.
That's your favorite wrestler. That's your guy.
He sucks, man. I
The
really
worst.
don't like Goldberg.
Is he the, like, you know, like, saying a wrestler, like, is overrated or something is always, like, a strange thing to say. But is Goldberg, like, the most overrated wrestler for, like, how much he's been booked so strong over the years? And just like, how little ability in every aspect? Is Goldberg, like, the most
I'd
overrated
say
wrestler of all time?
probably.
The amount of people go like, oh, man, Goldberg. Oh.
Yeah, he's
You
one.
know.
He's one of them for sure. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are overrated.
But we've had, like, that much of, like, a dominate. Like, Goldberg never had, like, oh, he's back in the mid-card kind of thing. He was always, like, a guy. He
Yeah,
was, like, in the spot, you know?
I mean Warrior too,
Yeah, Warrior's one of those guys.
but Goldberg is Ultimate Warrior level bad
Yeah. He did it for longer.
and Ultimate Warrior level dumb too.
Yeah. The ego is insane.
Yeah, crazy. Same. They're very similar characters.
Yeah.
Not great. I don't like either of those guys. You know, the more you hear about Vince, the more you wonder, what the hell was Warrior's wife doing around the company for so long? What the hell was she doing there?
Yeah, with the awards and all that.
Yeah.
And she was just always around.
Have you
and-
noticed that since Vince is gone, she hasn't been around either?
That is true.
I have.
We don't hear much about Dana Warrior.
I always thought that was...
Maybe she has some
Yo.
kind of non-disclosure agreement.
I bet she does. Like, when...
Sorry, your husband.
When I started seeing her around...
I'd
after,
love it if you would come visit my office. and
Yeah,
take
let me
this.
help you out.
I have some ideas.
Yeah, like, when I saw her around so much in the company...
All of a sudden.
And she seemed to be, like, getting a lot of respect from a lot of the people around, and you're like, what's her role exactly? What does she do?
She presents the Warrior Award.
Yeah, why? Why is there an award, like a humanitarian award named after the Ultimate Warrior that everybody knows was like a bad guy? Why are we doing this? Why are we...
It was like 3 years of that.
There was a lot of this Dana Warrior stuff, and you go, what is going on with Dana Warrior? Why is she there? And since Vince has been gone, I have not seen her once.
Yeah.
I've been looking. Because I always thought, what's up with her and Vince? I always thought there was something there
It's a
with
little
Vince.
Logan Roy, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just like, where's Sally Ann? Or Rhea Jarrell?
I'm telling you. Something was fishy.
Oof.
What just happened?
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh, Cody may have just hurt his arm. Andrade, Cody, and
That didn't look
Shinsuke just
good.
like crumpled in the ring. Cody seemed to land on his arm awkwardly, but I don't know. Maybe he's okay. Ooh, nice Cody cutter
Yeah.
on Priest. Cody Rhodes. Cody.
Oh, he's doing it
Cody
again?
Rhodes.
Oh, he's
He
going
hit
to do
the-
a double.
Cody hits a crossroads on Andrade, goes for another one. Shinsuke goes to choke Cody. Scorpion death drop? What's he going to
Was
do?
he doing a crossroads?
Oh, no. Cody reverses into a crossroads on Shinsuke. This could be the finish here. 1, 2, where's Priest? 3, it's over. Crossroads on
Seems
Shinsuke.
about right.
Cody wins.
It was never in doubt.
Yeah, I kind of figured Cody would win. So Cody Rhodes has advanced in the King of the Ring tournament. He will face the winner of Bronson Reed, Jey Uso, Rusev, and Sheamus.
Oh, Sheamus.
Sheamus.
I love Sheamus.
It's a shameful thing.
Lobster head.
Lobster head.
Careless man. Could wind up dead.
Yeah. And Mr. Iguana is coming to the WWE.
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
He has taken over the wrestling world by storm because he's got an iguana puppet. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a guy from AAA that they really like, that people seem to enjoy. And they're going to apparently rush him to the main roster.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't...
Anybody called Mr. Iguana who wrestles with an iguana puppet on his hand, I go, okay.
It's very AEW.
It's just like,
or
yeah.
Or Chikara.
It's just, yeah.
You know,
it's
just
like
like
almost too silly for AEW, which
Yeah.
is hard to do. But I don't know. I'm not sold on Mr. Iguana.
It kind of shows how
A lot of people are just like, "Ooh, just have fun. Wrestling's supposed to be fun. Let's just have fun." And I go, "Yeah, but if it's all just a big joke, it's not really that fun."
Yeah.
If there's like Shawn and Brett, okay? I bring everything back to Shawn and Brett. Universally agreed in wrestling that they're two of the greatest ever. They had one of the greatest feuds of all time. Nobody was ever joking around.
I mean, unless you count DX. But even then, it wasn't like...
Yeah, but that was kind of later, and even then, they were They weren't, they were... It wasn't unserious. Like, they were joking around, but when it came to Brett and the Hart Foundation and all that stuff, there was no joking around there.
No.
It was pretty serious.
Yeah.
And it was pretty good. And it worked. I feel like every wrestler since The Rock has felt the need to be funny too.
Yeah.
Like, you also have to have like a comedic element. And I think Roman Reigns fell in that trap for a really long time until Paul Heyman got a hold of him and was just like, just be serious.
Yeah, because Vince was, I think, also really trying to make that happen for Roman.
Trying to make that happen for everybody.
With the suffering succotash.
Yeah.
And all that, like...
Yeah.
You know, like, there was a lot of that baby, white meat, baby face Roman Reigns that was,
with jokes and laughs. Cena did it.
Yeah.
He's never actually funny.
No, it was not good.
No.
It was not good.
But,
a lot of Cena jokes were just gay panic jokes.
Yeah. But, I mean, so was The Rock. But The Rock
was
better,
a lot of gay panic.
but he was funnier.
It was funnier. But sometimes, like, you'll watch some old ones and you're like...
That doesn't stand the test of time.
Not all of them.
But, Steve Austin was funny sometimes, but he wasn't like a funny character.
No.
Like, once in a while he was funny, and he would kind of laugh, but it was like he was always serious.
And, like, part of the joke was, like, at some point, he's going to stop laughing, and he's going to stun you.
Yeah.
And that was, like, you're kind of, like, waiting for it, you know?
Yeah, he's laughing.
He's playing a bit of a suspense game.
And then his face goes, and then you're like, uh-oh. It's not funny anymore. You're laughing, you're drinking beers, it's all good, and then all of a sudden he's like, haha, boom, stunner.
Yeah.
And then the fans are like, yeah, and he's like, I got that guy. Or that lady.
Yeah. I remember we stunned Stacey Keebler.
I mean, that's legendary. So I feel like there's way too much of this kind of jokey joke stuff where everybody has to be slightly funny and not really take it all the way serious. But I have old school opinions about wrestling, so it is what it is. But people just want it all to be funny and fun and jokey. And then their idea of serious is like love story stuff. Where it's like...
Or Wyatt family, scary.
Yeah. Or over the top spooky. You don't have to do any of that. Like, CM Punk is a very good wrestling character because he's serious. Like, CM Punk's sometimes funny, but he's not like a joke character. He's not like a comedy character. Sometimes he'll say some, like, funny things, but just because it's conversational and his promos are very relaxed. And, you know, he went after Cena and you felt, like, real tension, even though there probably isn't real tension.
No, I feel
there.
like they're probably like feel buddies.
Yeah,
I saw Cena kind of like breaking a bit.
Cena seemed to just really enjoy himself out there.
Yeah,
but Punk, you know,
he can bring that.
He can create the real tension and intensity without making it seem over the top and phony. Yeah. It's just, you know, what wrestling should be. The way he presents himself, despite all the hypocrisy and whatever about Phil Brooks. CM Punk is really good. Phil Brooks, I kind of feel about Phil Brooks the way I feel about Terry Bollea. Like, honestly. Like, I like Hulk Hogan, and I like CM Punk. I think they're awesome. But Phil Brooks and Terry Bollea, I don't know. I think The Undertaker is super cool.
Oh, God.
but I don't really like Mark Calloway.
Not at all.
I like Kane, the Big Red Machine, but I do not like Glenn Jacobs.
Yeah.
Do not like him. You know? I don't like Triple H, the Cerebral Assassin. And I also don't like Paul Levesque.
He just sucks.
I think he sucks all around. Why'd you do double on me?
I do like a double step.
You're supposed to do, I like the gimmick for him, and I don't like the real guy. You did twice to me.
I liked the Greenwich Snob, but I don't like Paul Levesque.
I liked, I liked Jean-Paul Levesque, but I didn't like anything.
I liked Terrorize.
Actually, I didn't like that. I didn't like anything. I don't like him. He sucks. I kind of liked him as like leader of DX post Mania
with the biker hat,
like
with the backwards leather hat.
The DX invasion of WCW was good. Like, yeah, they did cool shit. Like, it's not all bad with Triple H, but you know, I don't like as soon as DX ended and he was like King of Kings, I didn't like any of that.
Or My Time.
Yeah,
My Time.
I don't like how he treated Chyna and continues to treat her. And now, she
profits off her.
Oh, Chyna will probably go in the Hall of Fame. Now that she's dead, she'll go in the Hall of Fame. You acted like she was dead when she's alive. Now that she's dead, you're going to treat her like she's alive? Come on. What a dirtbag that guy is. Triple H. Fucking doofus. What a doofus. Like, I almost want Vince to come back and take over just because of how funny it would be for Triple H
to end up
to be like, oh,
on his
no!
ass.
It would just be so funny. Like, it would be bad for wrestling and the world at large, but it would be really funny because of how dumb it would make Triple H look.
He's on the outside.
Again. Like, he thinks he's won. He thinks he's got it. And then Vince is like, hey, pal, I'm taking it back. The government says I'm all good.
Yeah. You want to talk to the president?
Yeah. He just called me. He said he needs help. You want to call him? He doesn't know who you are, pal. He keeps calling you Shane.
He's like, isn't it weird your son and daughter are married? I'm like, oh. I wish I was married to my
wish I could have done that. I tried with Eric. Tiffany wouldn't go for it.
I said you guys are a perfect match.
Ugh. All right. AEW happened this week. It continues to happen.
Yeah.
Can I tell you my problem with AEW lately?
Yeah, what's going on?
They got no Collision on Saturdays because of basketball.
Yeah, it's the finals.
So they're doing super long Dynamites.
Yeah, like 4 hours?
Yeah, last week they did 4-hour Dynamite, and then this week they did 4-hour Dynamite. And it's just not that good. And you get like a few pieces that are good, but the rest of it is just way too long. And I could easily sit through 2 hours of Dynamite every week. But when it's like, oh, hey, you have a new AEW to watch. Okay, how much? It's 4 hours. I go, I don't think I even want to start that.
Like, how many matches?
It's just too much. Like, I don't even want to start watching it. And I did start watching it, but I didn't finish all 4 hours because it's too much.
And the card must have had some really, like, just, like, matches of, like, why is anyone in this, like...
There was most of it was like that. They did, okay, the first match was good. It was Swerve versus Will Ospreay that went to a time limit draw.
Well, that's a good matchup.
It was very good. They did all sorts of stuff.
But then
it was good.
But then the rest of the show is going to be so bad in comparison.
Well, that's it. Then they didn't have anything else. So it was a half an hour of good shit and then 3.5 hours of the rest. They did Mystico versus Blake Christian.
That sounds like a porn actor.
The Hurt Syndicate versus, which is Bobby Lashley and Shelton, versus Jet Speed and Mascara Dorada.
Are they with like CML?
I don't know, man. But like, I see these names, and I go, "Well, this match is of no consequence." And then, of course, the Hurt Syndicate wins, and you go,
"Yeah,
well, yeah, all right." With MJF too, by the way. MJF was in that match. It was like a 6-man.
I thought he had like a MVP kind of like
Jet Speed is Mike
suit.
Bailey and what's his name? The other guy, Kevin Knight.
Oh yeah, Mike Bailey's a good.
Yeah,
wrestler.
but it's just like it doesn't mean anything. And then Ty Conti and Anna Jay wrestled Megan Bain and Penelope Ford.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty like.
And then Kyle Fletcher.
I mean, that's a match I could see happening on Dynamite at least.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like an add-on. It sounds like a plausible
Kyle
match.
Fletcher wrestled Anthony Bowens. You know what I mean? This is what they're offering on a 4-hour show. Julia Hart versus Toni Storm. Toni Storm, of course, won.
Yeah.
I don't care to see Julia Hart wrestle. She's not very good.
No.
Tomohiro Ishii, Mark Briscoe, and Willow Nightingale beat the MXM collection, which is Mansoor and Masay,
Oh yeah.
who are doing their model gimmick now in AEW, which is so lame.
I like clips from their podcast, but
Yeah, because they talk shit.
yeah, but
And they had Taya Valkyrie with them, too,
Yeah.
because it was a mixed tag thing.
yeah, that's not great. Yeah, they still do the models thing, which doesn't make any sense.
It was honestly, it felt less like a 4-hour Dynamite and more like a 4-hour Collision
Yeah,
with Ospreay and Swerve tacked on.
special attraction.
But it was like, this just feels like a very long Collision. They had a contract signing with Okada and Kenny, and Okada beat up Kenny and like hit an elbow drop, and then Kenny was like spitting blood. It was over the top.
Like a blood pack.
Yeah. You know, so they had an Okada Kenny segment, they had Ospreay and Swerve, and then they had like a 3.5-hour Collision. They had Beast Mortos versus Bandito. They had Thekla versus Queen Aminata.
Oh, I saw a clip from this at the end. Apparently, like Thekla hit her finish and pinned, and then like Aminata like stood up and like no sold the match and like did
Really?
like an Austin Aries kind of thing.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Which is like, ooh,
What the hell happened?
I don't know. Maybe doesn't like losing to Thekla.
I guess Aminata went really hard on Thekla. I don't know. Thekla. What else did they do on Dynamite? Paragon and Daniel Garcia versus Don Callis family and Hechicero.
Okay.
That was the main event.
Oof. That's rough.
John Moxley and his crew beat up Hangman.
That is a slog.
Yeah. Very long Dynamite.
Yeah. And like,
It's hard to get excited for All In when you're giving me this kind of thing.
yeah, it's an oversaturation.
Yeah. Yeah. But All In, you know, should be good because they do have some great matches that they've announced already. We've got Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada, title versus title. We've got John Moxley defending the AEW World title against Hangman Page. And you've got Timeless Tony Storm defending the AEW World title against Mercedes Moné.
I mean,
Good matches
yeah.
so far.
I mean, Okada and Kenny, you know, it's like a classic kind of thing, but it can't top. And it'll still be
It's just to have one in AEW. Just to do it in
It'll
AEW.
probably be good, but like it'll probably feel. I don't know. I feel like it'll feel like a little underwhelming somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, I think physically neither of them are quite at their peak like they were in New Japan.
Yeah.
But I think they'll still have a great match.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hopefully they won't feel like they have to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and because those guys dropped each other on each other's heads so much.
I wonder if Swerve and Ospreay wrestle again at All In now. They had the time limit draw. Maybe they do another one, some sort of gimmick match.
Maybe.
Number one contender type of thing, too.
Maybe an Iron Man match.
It would make sense for the winner of Swerve Ospreay to go on and face new champion Hangman.
Yeah.
Because they already kind of have that built-in feud with Hangman. Swerve's always got that thing with Hangman, and it's still going. Ospreay and Swerve are feuding over Hangman.
Yeah.
Like, Ospreay's like, he beat me. He's the guy to beat Moxley. We got to support him. Swerve, you have to help me and support Hangman. And Swerve's like, no. And Ospreay's like, come on, man. And then now they're fighting.
Yeah.
So they're feuding over Hangman. It would make sense to have a number one contenders match, and then the winner may face Hangman. Swerve, too, against Hangman for the title right away would be cool. I really, really hope Hangman beats Moxley. I expect it to.
It has to happen.
It does have to happen.
Like, it can't not happen. But they can't be like, oh, maybe wait till September. You know, like,
yeah.
I think this has gone as far as it can go. Before people are just like, we're not fucking watching anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know? They've done enough.
Yeah.
People think Brian, well, we're talking about Bryan Danielson. People think maybe Bryan Danielson might show up to, like, deal some kind of death blow.
Maybe to, like,
Revenge.
help Hangman a little bit. I don't know how. He won't take a bump,
like,
I don't think.
Ospreay shows up, but he gets beaten up because, like, he still hurt from his match earlier in the night. And maybe Swerve shows up, but then turns his back on Hangman. Be like, oh, then Brian shows up.
Yeah. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see Brian get a bit of revenge for what happened to him. Jason Pete in the chat, member of the team over at join.ringsidereport.net. He says, I'll say it. I don't like Roman Reigns. He's got 3 moves, a shitty Superman punch finish, and the charisma of a wet cardboard box. I'll say it. Bill Goldberg is a better wrestler than Reigns. I wouldn't say Goldberg is a better wrestler than Reigns, but if you break it down move for move, Goldberg's got the career-ender kick to the head.
Yeah.
He's got the jackhammer. He's got the spear. He's got the shoulders in the corner.
Yeah, that was a big part of Goldberg.
What does Roman have? Superman punch, spear, punches, Samoan drop.
That choke.
The guillotine. But, like, those are all, like, kind of finishers.
You do some suplex? Can you do a vertical suplex?
He doesn't do a vertical suplex. Roman does very little in the ring. Yeah. He does punches and kicks, but, like, he'll do the guillotine as, like, a finish. He'll do the spear multiple times in a match,
does a lot
usually.
Of Superman punches.
Bunch of Superman punches is like a signature setup, you know? But, like, other than that, he's got a Samoan drop that he hits pretty regular in matches. For the big, big matches, if he's feeling like it, he might do the dive over the top rope.
Oh, yeah.
Once in a while, but that's rare. But other than that, what does he do? He's got the drive-by kick that he barely hits anymore. Remember, he used to do that? He doesn't do that anymore. I think it just hurt.
Yeah, because he would land on the apron.
Yeah. He does really nothing. Roman has fewer moves than John Cena.
Yeah.
He does less than Cena. He does less than Kevin Nash. He does very little. Roman has like 3 moves. He's a spear, a Superman punch, and a Samoan drop.
Kevin Nash have that few moves? He just had a big boot and a powerbomb?
Big boot, powerbomb, the
sidewalk slam?
So he had a sidewalk slam. He had the leg to the throat in the corner. And he had the thing where he put you on the middle rope like this, and he would run, and then he would lay a leg on you.
Oh, yeah.
He had like 5 moves.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Roman has 3. Like, Jason is not wrong. Roman really has a very limited arsenal. He does very, very little when you watch him wrestle. It's funny because, like, I'll wrestle with my son, right? Your nephew. You know the boy.
Oh. He's got a moveset.
And you know how he's like, okay, well, let's do a match. It's like, all right. And he's like, well, who are you going to be?
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'm Roman Reigns, you know? And I try to, like, right? I'm like, well, I'm the tribal chief. Here I come. Yeah. You know? Like, and I try to emulate.
But what are his moves?
You know? So if I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin, I know what I'm doing. I'm doing a stunner, of course. I'm doing Maluthez press. I'm stomping a mud hole, and I'm walking it dry. Like, you know, there's certain moves that you're doing. And I'm Roman Reigns, and I'm like, I got to do a spear, got a Superman punch, Samoa drop, and there's nothing else you can do. I'm just like, I don't know. And I was talking to him. I was like, Roman really doesn't have many moves. He's like, yeah, he really doesn't. He doesn't do that much.
It's all in the spectacle.
It's all in the, like, you know, like the facial expressions, the, like, yelling at guys. There's a lot of talking where he's like, I told you not to do, you know, it's like there's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of, like, acting and movie stuff.
A lot of that stuff was bad.
That's why his matches aren't particularly good. Like, Roman, the character, the tribal chief, the charisma, the aura, you know, whatever you want to call it, it's there. He's got something, right? Mm-hmm. Like, he's got star power. But, like, as far as a wrestler, he's not very good.
No.
He's very much in the same realm of, like a John Cena or a Hulk Hogan or even The Rock.
The Rock had a few moves.
He didn't do that much.
The Rock had a few moves.
No one will ever accuse The Rock of being a great in-ring wrestler. No one. He was okay. Like, in his prime, he was, you know, fine, but he wasn't, like, what he did well, but he didn't do that much.
Yeah, but he had, like,
Spine Buster.
Yeah, that float over DET, that was a nice one.
Yeah, I mean, what he did not, like, his moves were nice,
but
like, it was,
he had a nice, guys would run at him, he'd, like, give him, like, a belly, like, float, like, throw them over his head, kind of.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
If they were small enough. But, like, his style, similar to Randy Orton's, but, like, a little bit more. You know, like, pretty basic, similar body type, but, like, Rock gave a little bit more and had, like, way more charisma behind it, so it made it so much better. Like, the People's Elbow, ridiculous move, but when you see it hit, it's like, oh, it's so cool. Yeah. Just the way he, like, does a stutter step with the leg, and then he drops the elbow.
I love the...
Yeah, just everything he did was nice. Like, the way he would throw a boot where he would, like, shake his leg and then drop, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the way The Rock would do boots, like, it was a very normal, basic move, but the way The Rock did it was totally different, and he just...
punches with the spit on the hand.
Yeah, like, he had style. He was very basic, but what he did, it was, like, it looked nice, and it was smooth, and it was efficient, you know?
It also helped for The Rock that a lot of his time on top, he was wrestling Kurt Angle.
Yeah, he had some really great wrestlers to work with.
And, like, Mick Foley would bump for him. And,
yeah,
like,
Mick Foley, too.
And, you know, you could do more chair shots to the head and, like, get a little extra spice in your matches.
Yeah.
But you also wrestled Kurt Angle a lot of time on, and Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
You know, like, guys who were, like, you know, doing some flip. And he wrestled Chris Benoit a bunch, I think.
Yeah, he wrestled some very, very, I mean.
He wasn't, like, dragging Undertaker around that much.
No. He had some really good partners there in the ring at that time.
Yeah. Some
of the greatest ever were.
A lot of Triple H matches. But
yeah. Which, you know, now the WWE talks about, like, they were that...
Yeah, they talk about, like, it was, like, Steamboat Flair, you know?
Yeah,
like...
but I really don't remember Rock and Triple H being that great of a feud.
No, like they always point to that moment when Triple H beats The Rock at SummerSlam in a ladder match, and it was this, like, amazing time. Like,
yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
That was of no consequence at that point. No one cared.
But they treated it like it was Razor and Shawn.
They treated it like it was a big deal, and they treat Triple H and The Rock like Rock and Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was the same level feud, but it really, really wasn't. Except maybe in real life, where it continues to this very day.
Yeah. Like, the only time I can really remember, like, me being invested in it was for WrestleMania 2000.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Like, Rock and Austin actually like each other in real life, but the TV feud was great. Rock and Triple H...
Oh, my God. And that relationship now must
Rock
be...
and Triple H, I think...
They're on conference calls and stuff.
Oh, man. I think they pretend to like each other now because they kind of have to make nice. But I don't think they like each other. And, you know, The Rock does not forget.
No, The Rock does not forget.
Triple H and Shawn Michaels tried to get this guy fired way back in the day. They did not like him. And I'm sure there was a lot of things said.
It was like 2021, 22, when The Rock's movie Jungle Cruise was coming out. It was like maybe 2021. And it came out around the time of Bret Hart's birthday. It was like in July.
Okay.
And The Rock was sitting with like Emily Blunt, his co-star, and they were talking. And he was like, "Oh, Bret Hart, it's his birthday today." Like, we was doing like press rounds. Like, Bret Hart, was a very important wrestler to me at a time when I was early, and people weren't big fans of me and trying to get rid of me. He stood up for me and showed me the ropes and really looked out for me.
That's right.
Like, he was talking, like he said, and I'm like, he's talking about Sean and Hunter.
He's talking about Sean and Hunter.
Yeah.
And he hasn't forgotten.
No, he's like, Bret, like, I'll never forget Bret being so good to me and, like, defending me and, like, when I was new and, like, green and, like, really unsure of myself, Bret kind of gave me confidence.
Yeah. I remember, I remember hearing an interview.
Off the top of his head, like, someone just brings up Bret Hart and he's just like, "Oh, Bret, oh, yeah."
I remember Bret doing an interview somewhere when, like, he was, on top as WWF champion, and he was, like, talking about guys, and he was like, this guy and that, and he was like, Rocky Maivia, he's great, he's got a great future.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's weird, because he wasn't really
No, he was kind of
there.
like,
He was just kind of there, and it was like, what? No one really saw it. And Bret was like, this guy, he's really great, and he's, like, he talked him up so much, and I was just like, well, Bret really likes Rocky like, it just seemed weird. It was like, why does Bret like Rocky Maivia so much? And then, he was onto something, because Bret Hart was right about everything.
Yeah. But, yeah. Rock doesn't forget.
Nah, he doesn't like... And there was talk, too. There was a point where Rock was back and Shawn was wrestling again. And it was like, ooh, we've never seen Rock and Shawn Michaels.
Never.
That could be WrestleMania. That could be Blockbuster.
It was a very brief... And, like, Shawn was kind of embroiled with, like, a Hunter
like,
feud.
They could
It would have been
done
a bit
something.
of, like, a swerve, but, like...
But they could have.
But Rock kind of stopped, like...
I remember that there was talk of it, and Rock shut it down.
He's like, I'm not giving
that
guy
was the story I
the
remember.
rub,
the story I remember was Rock didn't want to wrestle Shawn Michaels because he did not like Shawn Michaels.
Didn't want to give him that rub.
Didn't want to give it to him.
Didn't want to make him famous.
Don't give him the satisfaction.
Yeah. And because Shawn would be like, "Hey, Rock, I always thought you had it,
Yeah.
I know it was tough on you, but I always believed in you." And, like, he's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, Shawn." That kind of backhanded way he talks.
Yeah. You see, there was a story that one of the wrestlers they were getting Rock ready for his match at WrestleMania 40. One of the guys from Gallus, I think it was. Gallus? Wasn't that a tag team in WWE?
Gallus?
Yeah, they were like Scottish guys, maybe.
Like, recently? I mean, there was a Highland.
Yeah, they were like NXT guys. Anyways.
Okay.
They were...
It's possible.
One of those guys was telling a story on a podcast, because he's not with the company anymore, so he's talking, right? And he was one of the guys, like, Rock was training for WrestleMania 40. They had 3 guys from WWE there working with him in some spot with a ring. One guy was playing Roman, one guy was playing Cody, and the other guy was playing Seth, right? So the guys are there at the location waiting for The Rock. And they're waiting, and he's not showing up.
Yeah.
And they go, okay. And then they get word like, oh, he's not going to be here today. Like, it's tomorrow. Like, it's not happening.
Yeah.
And eventually, like, he showed up the next day. But the reason that he didn't show up was because he was waiting for WWE.
The Rock was?
Yeah, to send him
a plane?
A plane.
Oh.
So that he could go
to, like, Tampa or whatever.
Yeah, to do the thing.
And they didn't.
And they didn't send him a plane because they wanted him to fly himself.
Okay.
And Rock said...
That's a very, like, Succession-y kind of...
But, I mean, if you're talent for WWE...
And you're...
So Rock was like, no, I'm not paying for my own... Like, send a plane. So eventually they did, like, the next day. But, like, that...
But, like, Trips is probably like, I'm not sending him a fucking plane.
Yeah.
You fly himself, Mr. Hollywood.
Yeah, and then he's like, well, I'm not coming.
And then Nick Khan's like, Hunter, what the fuck?
Yeah, we got to send Rock a plane.
Send him a fucking plane, Hunter. Hey, you don't understand, Nick.
Rock calls Ari. Hey, Ari.
Yeah.
You believe they're not sending The Rock a plane?
What?
What do you mean they're not sending you a plane? I'm going to get on the phone right now.
Ah, fuck, I gotta call this fucking Triple
Nick!
H.
Nick! Why aren't you sending Dwayne a plane?
What?
He's
what do you
your
mean?
boss, you fucking idiot.
Wait, Hunter, did you not send Rock a plane?
No.
Hunter, what the fuck, Hunter?
Fuck that guy, Nick.
No!
He's an asshole. I don't care.
Hunter, you send him a plane or you're out of your ass.
I'm gonna send you straight to hell. Bow down to the king. And then Nick Khan walks away. I fucking hate these wrestlers. God damn fucking wrestlers.
good old boys.
Thank God I'm tricking. Thank God I tricked all these fools into making me head of the company.
If I have to hear one more fucking story about Harley Race or Nick Bockwinkel,
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose my fucking shit.
Who the fuck is Harley Race anyways?
What kind of stupid name is that?
I really think Nick Khan has extreme disdain for the wrestling
Yeah.
business.
Oh, yeah.
When, like, great wrestling is happening right in front of him and he's just on his phone the whole time. He just seems like he hates it. You know, Austin runs into a fan at WrestleMania with his ATV thing. Nick Khan's just, like, talking to the fan, looking just... The look he gave Austin was so like,
miserable.
Like, he just gave him this look of, like Nick Khan's there talking to the lady.
Please don't sue.
You know, whatever, telling her whatever. And then Austin comes back after a segment, goes to, like, say something, and the look that Nick Khan gave Austin
Go away.
was like, what?
You're
what
blowing this.
What do you... Get out of here, man. Like, fucking dummy. You're drunk, Steve.
Yeah.
You know?
Go.
Oh, hell, Nick, what's happening
Go
here,
lie
pal?
down somewhere.
Yeah, it's just like... You could just tell by the look in his eye that he had, like, this disdain for Stone Cold Steve Austin, who, by the way, if Stone Cold didn't exist, you wouldn't have gotten the fucking fat payout you did for when Vince sold the company. You wouldn't have a big fucking paycheck, and you wouldn't be where you are because Stone Cold is one of the main reasons why WWE is so big. So the next time you want to shoot him a look for fucking driving his ATV, maybe a little respect next time, Nick Khan. Because it really feels like he's got extreme disdain for pro wrestling and pro wrestlers. Just the way he looked at Austin, I was like, who you looking at, boy? Like, don't be looking at Stone Cold like that. Yeah. Stone Cold will give you a stunner, you look at him like that.
There's no sentimentality. You know, like, to him, he's probably like, if Stone Cold, like, slaps me on the back and calls me son.
Yeah.
I'm not your son.
No, like, Vince loved his talent. Yeah. Whatever you say about Vince, not a great guy. But he loved those people. He felt for those people. Nick Khan does not seem to feel for those people. And honestly, I don't know if Triple H does either.
Yeah, he kind of sees them like dollars and cents, it seems like.
Yeah.
Or
he's like, yeah, I had to do it. Why can't you? It's like, yo, you had a pretty cushy lifestyle when you were in your prime doing wrestling.
Very few bumps.
Like, I don't know anybody else who had their own bus at that time. You were the only one who got to travel with your wife and kids. And your father-in-law ran the company, and you got to run the company, and everybody was scared of you, and you were on top and champion and part of the office at the same time. You want to tell people that they are not grinding? Like, your grind was not the same. Not the same, Triple H. Real trash guy, man. Really. No time for him. All right. We've done it. We've done it. We've said it. We're going to say more in the future. Not now, though. Now we're done. We're done. We did it. The Yankees lost, which sucks.
Yeah.
Very disappointing. There's, I think, NBA basketball going on right now. The Thunder won. They beat the Pacers 111-104, and now the series is tied. The Thunder have won. So there's
Oklahoma City. JR must be happy.
There's that. And then the hockey is also tied, right? There's hockey happening.
Yeah, the Oilers tied up the series last night.
They won last night, so they'll play again tomorrow.
3 of the games have gone overtime. One of them double overtime.
Whoa.
It's a lot of... These guys must be exhausted.
I mean, that makes sense, though. If you really have found the 2 best teams at the end of the season, it should be like razor... thin margins where, like, maybe 60 minutes doesn't handle it and you got to go to OT and OT and OT to figure out, like, you know, who's the best. Makes sense for, like, a championship round where you know, UFC championship fights, a lot of them go all 5 rounds because it's like, this is really the best of the best. Didn't go all 5 rounds for Sean O'Malley, though. He got fucking whooped. Jeez, brother. Imagine you stop smoking weed and self-care, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For like a year or whatever to like focus and then you lose. I saw him on his podcast. He's like, well, I guess I'm going to go smoke weed and jerk off. I guess he's like, well, that didn't work. I guess I'm going to go do the things, you know? I mean, he took it pretty well. He took it well. He's just like,
I saw the clip, like he was like back in the gym too, kind of like rolling and stuff. Like, you know, he's
man. I mean, he's a real mixed martial artist. You don't get to that level without being legit and being in the gym all the time. So I get it. It's just like he lost real bad. Like Merab,
dismantled
is
him.
Really good, man. Merab is really good. Beat the shit out of O'Malley. It was pretty impressive. But yeah, it sucks for O'Malley.
That north-south choke?
It was like a guillotine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't quite call it a north-south. Because it was like the neck was bent. It wasn't like...
Yeah, he wasn't like he didn't hook it.
Because it was more...
Yeah, I thought it was I was calling it a crank at first.
Like it was more... Like the choke was more bicep, forearm.
Yeah.
Than shoulder.
Yeah.
And north-south is a little bit more shoulder.
It is. Yeah.
And you're kind of... You could do it like seated a little bit. You could do it seated and kind of have like that. But most people finish it more with the hips. You want your hips back, not your hips forward. And Merab didn't quite have that angle. Anyways. We could break down jiu-jitsu all day if you want to. I know a little bit about jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yes.
I've done some jiu-jitsus in my life. And I continue to do jiu-jitsus in my life. I don't think I'll ever stop doing jiu-jitsu. It seems like something I can't quit. Because if I stop choking guys in the gym, I fear I will choke men on the streets, and that will be no good.
Be good.
I don't want to do that, so I gotta, contain the rage. You know, keep that rage in a cage. All right. Thank you. I love you.
Hold on a minute, player.
Oh. No, there's no holding on. Thank you to all the members. Jason Pete, Angelo Contagonis, Patrick Dano, who's a member over at membership.ringsidereport.net. Membership.ringsidereport.net is directly to us, which I like. I like that, too. YouTube takes a cut out of the YouTube memberships. If you go to join.ringsidereport.net, YouTube, they take a percentage, which is, fine, whatever, but I prefer that they don't.
Yeah.
Because I think YouTube is rich enough. They're owned by Google.
They are.
They got a lot of money. Why do they need to take my money? You know what I mean? Why are they taking my dollars? YouTube. They should just give it all to the content creators, I think. But then, how would they make money, I guess?
Yes. The ad revenue.
Through the evil, I think. They just make money through evil? Or maybe this is the evil they're doing. Anyways, I like YouTube. It's a cool... I like YouTube. Who doesn't watch YouTube? You know what I mean? It is free.
Yeah.
So, pretty good, I guess. All right. Well, thank you for supporting over at join.ringsidereport.net and membership.ringsidereport.net and, however you do it. Just like and subscribe, even if you're not a paid member. Like and subscribe. We've got some stuff for the paid members coming up. I got some things cooking. Some, exclusive stuff I think we're going to do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
We got some plans in the works. We got some cooking. We got some things to do, Summertime ideas. We're going to get to that. I'll be back Thursday, 8 p.m. for Ringside Report MMA. And then, next week with Johnny for more wrestling talk. Until then, that's it. We'll see you here on the Ringside Report Network.
Thanks for sticking with us to the end. We would really appreciate it if you could help us spread the word.
You know the drill. Hit that subscribe button, flip those notification switches.
We are an audience-supported network, so consider becoming a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. Check out our website at ringsidereport.net. Hope to see you again next time, and have a good night.